Clayton motherfucking Borden. The reason I like that,
the hard R.
I read a book. I say I read a book. I am reading a book. It was I don't know what to do with this thing. Is it? I'll stand here and talk like this. I was reading a book, and in the book it said, there is no more pleasant sound to a person than their own name. So when you call people by their first and last name, they're more inclined to deal with you.
So you want me to start calling you Adam?
Absolutely not. We've been friends so long it don't even matter. But when you're talking to a stranger, if you say their name, they'll be like, beep. I want you to name as many states for me as you can right now, and I promise you won't get 50. Go.
You want to start?
Go.
You want to start doing a tally?
Yeah. I'll write it down.
That way I don't. You're gonna write down every state that I say?
No, I'll keep a tally. I'll keep a tally. You just said keep a tally.
I'll go up and down like rows.
That's what I did when they asked me this, and it still didn't help.
Washington, Oregon, California. Then we move over.
Yeah.
We have Arizona, Nevada.
Oh, you're going back up. I was like, wait a minute.
We're snaking.
Okay.
Arizona, Nevada. Utah.
Yeah.
Idaho, Montana.
I told you.
No. I'm looking at the map. I'm probably fucking this map up too.
Oh, you're looking in your head. I was like, where? There's a map in here? What's going on?
Colorado.
Bet.
New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, North and South Dakota. That's 2. Wisconsin. What's that? Iowa, Missouri, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Tennessee, Ohio, Georgia, Massachusetts,
Georgia.
What is it? North and South Carolina. That's also 2. Maine, Rhode Island, Massachusetts.
You're going to fall apart when you get to the East Coast.
New York, Delaware, Maine, New Jersey.
Said that already?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I did not.
I promise it's on camera.
I said Massachusetts. I didn't say Maine.
Okay, I'll mark you another one.
Because Maine's in the top.
Maine
right
twice.
Corner. No, I said Maine once. Pennsylvania.
Good.
What is that one right there? How many are we at right now? That's the question.
35.
No fucking way.
35.
Okay.
The East Coast, bro. They're chock full.
Yeah, because it's like a bunch of little ones.
There's at least 13 of them right there. 13 colonies.
Oh yeah, I said New York, Delaware.
I was not keeping that. I was not paying that close attention. Go from the bottom up. You'll hit a lot of them.
Florida.
Yeah.
I already said Florida. You can't mark it again.
I don't remember you saying Florida.
I said it.
Florida. I wrote it down just in case. See, it's hard, right?
Well, it's hard because like I'm not writing them down, so I could literally be like Florida, Massachusetts, New York, Florida. Excuse me. And you'd be like, absolutely. You never said Florida.
You want to reconsult a list, huh? I tried to keep track. I think you said Maine twice. We'll find out.
I said Massachusetts.
But you said Florida twice.
Just now.
I wasn't paying attention. I was just marking shit. West and East regular Virginia. West Virginia and regular Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
I forgot those. There's a regular and a West.
Yeah, because they're both really small ones.
Virginia?
Yeah.
It's one of the bigger southern states.
That's fine.
It used to be. Civil War.
I'm pretty sure they're both like
in the Civil War.
I don't know. We did geography. We did states and capitals in 3rd grade.
That's right.
That's been a minute.
That's friggin' right, dude. Yeah, that was a fun game that the people at my work were playing, and I felt like an idiot because there were some people who were like, "Oh, West Virginia," and I was like, "That's a state."
Yeah.
What the fuck? There's all those East Coast places that I've never been. You have a handicap because you were born in the South.
I was born in the Midwest.
Kansas?
It's the Midwest. It's
Kansas City, Missouri?
Dead fucking center in the United States.
Missouri?
So it's like Kansas and I think it's Oklahoma. Or no. Nebraska. No. Arkansas. That's another one I missed. Kansas.
Arkansas.
Arkansas and Kansas. I think it's the bottom of Arkansas is the dead center of the United States. I've pissed on the dead center of the United States. There's like a giant stone post and then a flag.
So was it Kansas or Missouri that you were born in?
I was born in Olathe, Kansas.
Okay.
Which is like
where you
30
lived.
miles. No, I lived in Iola, Kansas. They're all like 30 miles apart. And
how's the aioli in Iola?
I don't fucking know.
Probably terrible.
But fuck, what was I saying?
You pissed on the middle of the states?
I was in the Midwest, not the South.
See, I will concede that Kansas is part of the Midwest, but Missouri is absolutely the South.
It's next to Kansas.
I know, but it's not.
No.
It don't matter. Like any political
It might
map,
be
it's the South.
Southwest, maybe.
The one right next to Texas.
Kansas is closer than Missouri. It goes Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and then
That's what I'm saying.
the
East, right?
The South would be like when you think of the South,
Louisiana.
Technically, California is South because it is the lower half of the United
Bro,
States.
I'm talking political South. That block of states right there.
Yeah, so it'd be
Florida to just after
Florida,
Texas.
Alabama, Missouri, or no, not Missouri, Mississippi, as I meant to say. Shut up. Mississippi, Louisiana.
I don't know about it. We might have to agree to disagree.
Who was in the Civil War?
Me!
Not Missouri.
It was me! What do you mean Missouri wasn't in the Civil War?
They weren't a part of the South.
I'm sure they were.
No, they weren't even a state back then.
Bro.
Fucking come at me, bro.
I don't know about it. Who cares about the South anyway? Who cares about the South, bro? That was my intro. Was name all 50 states. We couldn't do it.
I could.
What are we missing?
If I had time.
Oh, we're missing something. There's
If I
something.
had time and a map, I could.
Did you say Illinois?
Yeah.
Did you say Alaska?
I was getting there.
Did you say Hawaii?
They're not a part of the continental United States.
The contiguous?
I was going. And then you bum rushed me, bro.
Another fun question that people had in my work was, tell me the last thing you bought. And I'm talking frivolous purchase, something you don't need.
Got McDonald's today.
That's a food. That's what I said. So I said a protein powder because I don't need that.
That's the last thing I bought that I didn't need. I don't know.
A cell phone? That's back pretty far, but
Well, I mean, you could say you don't need a lot of shit. I don't need a cell phone. I don't need where we're sitting.
you don't need a table.
No. How this is
Oh
trailer.
Jesus, you don't need a house.
I don't need my truck.
Okay, I see what you're going.
But
after.
you know,
Well, what would you think? Like, what was did you buy a pair of like shorts or something? Did you buy a piece of candy?
no,
No Safeway cookies.
no. It's been a minute since I got those, bro.
That's good. I like to hear
No,
that.
it's been a while since I bought something I didn't need.
Tell us what the last frivolous thing you bought was.
I've been more frugal with my money lately.
I like that word.
Thank you.
Fragility.
I don't think
Fragility.
I don't think that's the plural or the.
That's actually the past pronoun tense verse.
You know what's hilarious? And I talked to one of our old English teachers about this.
Wait, which one?
Jarman.
Oh,
Patrick Jarman.
okay.
Yeah. That I never fully learned or like understood, like verbs, nouns, adjectives.
You southern son of a bitch.
Like if you were like basic shit, I could go, like what's a noun? Like a person, place, or thing. You know, shit like that. But then when you're like, in class when it'd be like, give me a noun with a pronoun, a verb, and an adjective, I'm like,
give me the past participle of this adverb
exactly.
in present tense.
I'm like, bro, I can't like.
No, I don't talk
pretty
good.
much. Like, dude, I would get nervous and like start to like get like agitated when we do Mad Libs because I'm like,
Mad Libs.
I'm like,
you get hyped off on Mad Libs.
I'd get like anxiety. I'd be like,
oh my
I don't know what
god,
an adjective is. Like, what the fuck? So basically, I would try to form like a sensical sentence, like Johnny blank blank the park blank blank. So I'd be like, Johnny went to the park after school. Like,
Johnny suicide bombed the park.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything funny. I'd be like, let's make sense of this so it's like I understand what I'm writing down.
That gets you hyped off of a freaking Mad Lib, dude.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't a fan of that shit.
That's crazy. You use the same ones every time. The blue man
Pretty
walked to the store. It was blue.
Like, what was the adjective in that last one? Fuck. Pronoun? What the fuck's a pronoun?
Does that then increase the value of somebody who is a wordsmith, somebody who has the ability to talk in a way that is artful? Do you like that in somebody?
It depends. When I'm having a basic conversation with someone and they start being really articulate with their shit, I'm like, bro, there's no need for this. We're two people at the gym, or we're at a grocery store. No need to be all going off. I'm like, bro,
it's situational for you, huh?
If we're in a classroom, it makes total sense. Or if we're at an art gallery, I get it.
This art's nice.
Yeah. I'm like, the fucking. I understand what the artist was saying in this.
I like it when people have robust vocabularies. I think I talked about this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Probably, yeah. I think
the word was.
Basically.
No, was not that word. That's a bad no.
Parsificate.
Pontificate.
Something like
This
that.
is a security guard, classic dolt character, big dumb guy, and he says, "Shall we?" Not peruse. It's some P word that means walk, and everybody hated me because I was like, "Man, that's cool." And everybody else I ever talked to about it said, "What's that mean? You're stupid for liking that." I said, "Actually, sir, by definition, you're stupid for not
I'm
liking
trying
that."
to remember the word. I'm like, I fucking know what he's talking about.
Shall we perambulate? That's the word.
Perambulate.
Shall we perambulate the premises?
Yeah.
And I was like, bet. I want to talk like that. Bet.
Fuck
There
it.
I go
Bet.
again. Yeah, dude. I like words. I like big words. Why use lot word when few word do trick? Huh?
Exactly.
That's your idea?
Yeah.
Why use lot word when few word do trick? You know you're talking to me about Twitter, bro.
Twitter?
Yes.
Twitter? Yeah. I noticed you logged into that.
I deleted
account.
15 accounts, all of them.
Yeah.
And every time I tried to log into a new one, it would restore the old one. I finally got it figured out.
Yeah.
And I got my name with a 0. Every time I tried to make it my regular name, some Chinese dude had it. In perfect English, Golden Boy 541, some Chinese guy.
Oh, I thought you were saying your legal name. I'm like, you have the most fucking generic.
I know, dude. It's very close to Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. They're like, wow, Adam Allen, pretty bland.
Yeah.
You're right there
Hey,
at the top of the alphabet.
Hi, John Smith.
Yeah, pretty much. I like it though. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
think that's why we became friends, is because in the lines in school, we were always right next to each other.
AAKB.
Well, just the last name. So if you go last name.
Oh yeah, by last name they didn't do A.
It was always like, you,
I agree.
Aaron Allen, me.
I agree. That's why a Save Ace King pissed me off, because I'm AL and she's AC, but it's
Yeah.
actually AK.
Yeah.
Shit was pissing me off, bro. I was
no.
like, are you kidding me?
I would.
That's my front of the line spot.
Yeah.
I'm the line leader.
She's a fucking hyphenate, so I'd go off the second name. I'd be like, oh, she's a K.
Oh.
Push her back in the fucking line.
Get them in line. We're the line leaders.
You're in the middle.
I'm the line leader. That's silly. So I got on Twitter.
Okay.
I love it. It's like the Wild West. I thought all social media was kind of like that. People just say whatever they want.
I don't want to say your tweets infuriate me,
Do they?
but they mildly do.
I love it.
It's always like, Twitter's lit.
Today I got on the gym.
And then, like, no context. Like, you weren't like, I commented on this thing, Twitter's lit. Or it's just like, 0 game or some shit like that. I'm like, what?
Actually, sir, I didn't say Twitter's lit. I said Twitter is crazy.
Yes.
And then in another tweet I said, but I love it though.
Yeah.
That's not saying it's
and
lit.
it's not like, Twitter's crazy 3 seconds later, but I love it though. Or like you subtweeted,
Yeah.
but I love it though. It's like, Twitter's crazy 3 days later, but I love it though.
It was an hour. It was an hour. I thought, man, maybe that needs some context. But I love it though. And today I typed in all caps gym.
Yeah.
Because I was at the gym. That's all you need.
I had the idea. I was thinking on my drive home, I was like, you know how, like, ridiculous this would be, but kind of funny, and maybe it might gain traction, is to, like, every hour on the hour, be like A, and then an hour later, B. Now for like 26 hours, and then at the 27th hour, 0. 1.
Holy crap.
And for like years, every hour, like wake up at fucking, like, have alarm set every hour, like 11:59, wake up. So at midnight I can test 1, and then at 1 o'clock,
Holy
2.
crap, dude.
And for like years, just have like 596.
Oh my god. You're devoting your life to this.
So then someone's like, bro, this guy has fucking every hour on the hour for the past 2 years a tweet, and it's a number or a letter.
That sounds like some devotion. You better be getting
That'd
paid
be
for that.
hilarious. I know. I think it'd be hilarious.
Gymshark, sponsor him to tweet every hour on the hour a new letter and number in order from 0.
Gymshark. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Redcon, bro.
Who's going to sponsor people who tweet every hour a new letter?
I don't know. Twitter.
Scholastic Fair, the Learning Center, whoever does all the schools.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge of the schools.
Fucking Gymshark, bro. I hate their shit.
Oh, God.
I ordered something off there once, and it's like, oh, XX. It's for like a fit XX.
Well, they're gym clothes.
I know, but it's like you're gonna have fat people wanting your shit, and then I get on there and it's like I get the 2X and it's like fucking super tight. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
They don't fit, huh?
Yeah. Or what's nuts is like Redcon. How I got this is my Redcon. I thought I was wearing my Redcon.
You're wearing a boneyard shirt.
Yeah. Bozzy's boneyard. Nah, dude, but like there's for bodybuilders, and so I was like, oh, this 3X will fit a large bodybuilder with huge arms and shit.
Uh-huh.
It's like mildly tight on me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Should they put weight sets on clothing? On Amazon, they have straight up measurements on clothes.
Yeah.
They'll say that the bust is 44 inches on a large or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty helpful, but most people don't know their bust.
Well, and it's funny because like the way I perceive it, I've never actually met a bodybuilder in person.
Oh, you're talking to one.
You are a weightlifter. You're a active gym patron.
An active individual.
Yeah, but you know, in videos you see you literally think of them as like 4 times my size, right? You're like, look at that dude's fucking shoulders. He's got 22-inch biceps.
Larger than life, right?
Yeah, but then like when you look up their actual measurements or even just see them in person, most bodybuilders are like 5'8" or shorter. They're all fucking.
That's why they look so big.
They look huge, and then you like if I was to stand next to one, I'd be like, he is muscular as shit, but he's not as big as I thought he was, and that makes sense why a fucking 3X is not as big as I thought it would be.
Right. That blew my mind when I first started looking into that. Per your recommendation,
when I told you Kai Green was like 5'8", yeah,
yes.
and you were like, what?
I said, what? I could not imagine me being taller than this monster,
I was
man.
like, dude, Kai Green and Phil Heath are both like 5'8", and you're like,
bro,
no fucking way. I'm like, yes.
That's this tall.
I think Ronnie was one of the. I think he was like 6 foot, and then Big Rami now, who he sucks. He's not good.
He's a Kuwaiti dude.
Yeah.
That's why they like the golden eras, because everybody was 6'4". Lou Ferrigno was 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, he was fucking massive.
Huge, dude.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Basketball players.
Or even well, it depends on the golden age, because like Ronnie Coleman and
the golden age.
yeah, the golden age. But then you go back to the 90s with Ronnie and
yep, blonde guy, Jay Cutler.
no, not Jake. That was early 2000s.
Oh, they were together.
The British guy. I've shown you him
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Him. Yeah, they were both like 6
He
foot,
talks kind of funny.
Yes,
He talks like this
I love
nowadays.
that dude. He's one of my favorite bodybuilders.
Dang, his name's gone. His name's right there.
I know. I watched a video with him in it yesterday too. That bums me out.
He looks like a normal person now. He's not.
He's not.
It's the first time
he's not in a wheelchair like Ron.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen like an old bodybuilder that doesn't continue bodybuilding or fall apart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of them they start doing HRT and like feather themselves off of. And then there's the dudes like Rich Piana who are like, I'm just gonna fucking
Dead.
go till I die. I'm fucking 44, still banging out these roids.
Call it early on him.
You know that Dave Bautista's 50 years old?
Sure.
Not a bodybuilder, but he could be. He's fucking massive and on roids and shit. 50 years old, doesn't look like it.
I don't follow wrestling,
I don't
pro
either.
wrestling. I don't watch it. I don't take the time out of my day. But social media like shows it to
Yeah.
me. It finds me. And he was a big star when I was a kid, when I actually did watch it. And so I'm well aware of all the stars now who were stars when I was a kid are really old men.
Yeah.
Really old men. 50 being old is silly, but 50 in a professional sports
Yeah.
setting is you're dead. You're in ancient history.
Yeah. Well, and it's like it's funny because when you think of like The Rock, like he was huge when we were kids, and he still is huge now, but outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
And and you see him now. I think it's just because of the stardom and like being an actor. If you like when he went back like a year or two ago, just do like a one night thing, and the whole time I was like, don't fuck this guy up. Like if he gets hurt, no movies from this guy for like 6 months because he's gonna be injured.
That's
and,
right.
And he's like 44 now or some shit, and I'm like, don't fuck this guy up.
You're nervous.
He's not
for
even
him?
that old.
That dude's a professional.
I
dude.
know, but still.
He's been doing it. I heard somebody say that you can't discount somebody like that in that sort of position because they've been doing that one thing for as long as you've been alive. They've been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah.
And it was Adam Sandler. He says Adam Sandler just whipped something out on our asses. That Uncut Gems movie.
I haven't seen it.
That movie's bomb.
I really want to.
Everybody
I've heard
loves
great
that
things
movie.
about it.
Yeah, everybody loves that movie, and everybody shits on Adam Sandler movies. And then he brings out Uncut Gems.
I love Adam Sandler.
He's been doing it. He's been doing it for
Yeah.
years. The man's a professional. You never count somebody out.
There's only like 2 movies of his I haven't seen, and it's that Jack and Jill. 'Cause I heard it was shit. It's like his worst movie.
Is that Jen
ever.
Aniston?
No, it's when he was like a twin. He had like a twin sister, which was him. He was played by himself.
Oh no!
The whole movie was ass.
Oh no!
I've heard nothing but shit about that movie. And then I've also never fully watched Happy Gilmore because
That's the golf one.
yeah,
I think everybody loves that movie.
it's overplayed.
Sure.
That's
It's one of
why-
those HBO films.
yeah.
Throw it up on there. The Stars films that you just sit down and watch. Oh, I'll watch this for a couple minutes. 3 hours later,
Yeah.
if you're watching credits roll.
Yeah, it's funny though. Like you're saying, don't discount people who've been doing it for a long time. I do that to older people, like especially like guys in my work who are like in their 50s or 60s.
In what context do you count them out?
Like or like you just see an older person like, oh, he's frail or she's frail. Like, don't do that. Like, you know how they, like our parents are like, don't lift that thing, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh yeah.
And then I do the same thing to older people. I'm like this dude dropped like a whole pallet of shit up in the air. And it was all
Pallet of shit.
not shit, but like cheese. And it's up in the air. Each box is 50 pounds, and he's 60 some odd years old, and he's up in the air like humping these onto another pallet.
Humping them. I love the
And
verb.
I was like, hey bro, like, do you want me to get up there and like take your spot? And he's like, no, I gotta just come back in 10 minutes and like pull me down. And I was like, all right, I hope you're like be safe. You know, I was like, it's like fuck, this guy's gonna kill himself.
Nah, bro. Maybe he wanted to.
Maybe.
I've had to fix that camera twice now. I'll keep ignoring it.
Why is it's like tilted down hella far?
Yeah, it's the problem.
No,
Before I wasn't even in the shot. Anyway,
you kind of aren't still.
it's all good.
It's the top of your head's gone.
No, it's in the frame. You just can't see it behind the thingy.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see later when that gets figured out. Get the editing going on. Talk to me about fighting. I like fighting, and I've gotten
Like
more interested
wanting
into
to
it.
fight or
Well, that too. But there's a concept of like rules of engagement. There's rules of engagement for anything. There's commonly war.
yeah.
That all changed with guerrilla tactics and yada yada. People hiding in the bushes. Back in the day, people used to line up in a line, shoot at each other, reload, and you wouldn't move. You let the other guy shoot back. That's
Yeah.
the rules, right? And then somebody broke those rules, and they're like, oh, that's uncool. But now it's what happens now. That's kind of disrespectful. I want to know, what do you think, as a man in your position, would be a disrespectful fighting move? I've never done fighting. I've never done strike fighting, but I've grappled, and I know what disrespectful there is, like, in grappling. And I'll give you some context in a moment. But in your familiarity with fighting sports, what would something you think would be disrespectful is?
I think anything where there's like, obviously anything can really fuck you up, but where there's intent to like harm you or put you out of the game for a long time, like say someone was to put you in a leg lock, and like just went
Like a fatal move?
yeah, like
High risk.
your leg straight, and they fucking just tear your ACL. They like they pop your leg, and they pull it real tight.
Huh.
Or, you know, something ridiculous like, or like they have you in an arm bar, and then they just fucking destroy your arm.
So
you
like
know?
intent to hurt is disrespectful.
Yeah, I think that's horseshit. Or like, when dudes do like they pick them up and slam them back. You know?
Suplexing?
Yeah. Like
Something
you could
just-
fucking paralyze it, dude.
Yeah. So trying to kill somebody is rude.
Yeah,
That's
shit like that.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that shit.
I've been looking into it. I heard the idea that head kicks are disrespectful. This guy talks about how in
I
his
would love to fucking kick someone in the head, dude.
yeah, so he talks about in his premiere fight, he's fighting like an established dude, and he goes for a head kick, and like he clips him, but it's not very hard
Yeah.
enough for the established guy. He like stands up, like totally drops his guard, and he smiles at him and like shakes his head because he's like, bro, are you fucking kidding? How
Yeah.
disrespectful. I don't understand that. But what I do understand is when I was wrestling, there's this move called the 3/4 stack,
Mhm.
and you go from like hands and knees, and you take the guy to where he's sucking his own dick. It's not comfortable at all. It's super uncomfortable, and it's pretty hard to do. So if somebody does it to you, you're really fucked up.
Yeah.
And so it's like, let me rub your own face in your own shit. Literally, put your head in your butt. That's disrespectful.
I would love to learn how to fight. At the same time,
Let's do it.
I never want like it's hard for me to cause harm to another being.
You gotta get
And
rid
so,
of that.
like-
That shit's gotta go.
So, you know how in UFC, Ben Askren, when Masvidal just fucking boom, kneed him out in 2 seconds, like flat, he almost died.
The world
Flatly,
record
yes.
for fastest KO.
It was like 5 seconds. Shit like that, like that'd be nuts to fucking just knee a dude in the head. But at the same time, I'd do it and immediately be like, "You're okay." Like I'd be like, given Masvidal was like, this guy insulted my family, insulted my heritage.
He was upset.
Yeah. And he even said afterwards, like, if I see him in the supermarket, I'm gonna fucking slap him. Yeah. So, but yeah, dude, I instead like he was just walking around like, fuck this guy. I just killed this dude. I'd be like, I gotta help this motherfucker. You know, that'd be the hard part for me. Or like I feel like I'd pull punches sometimes. I'd be like, no, fucking.
No, I don't think so.
However, if like something like that where it's like this dude just severely pissed me off, it's fucking.
You got to get into that mode.
Everything's game on,
I'm
bro.
sure you could do it. You could do whatever you want to do.
People have made me mad enough before where
Just
I'm like,
beat him to death.
this is a bad situation.
What?
This is a bad one. But you remember Jimmy, the little
Oh my
little
god.
kid from, I'm not gonna say his.
I know.
He
There was a kid in school. That's how it started with.
Yeah. I remember one time I was like holding the door or something, and then I walked out and he bumped into me. He was like, "Watch out, faggot!" I straight up turned around, fist cocked, and who was it? It was Mr. Mr. Edmondson. He was like, "No!" And I was like, "Fuck!" I just turned around and walked. I was like, "I'm gonna deck this fucking kid."
Damn.
It would have been terrible.
Briefly explain so you don't sound like some sort of gay, but he was mentally challenged. That's the issue with hitting him, is he was at a disability.
Yeah, he's mostly just a fucking asshole.
Should just locked him up, dude.
I almost hit him again in Mr. E's class because I had longer hair at the time. This is senior year.
Oh.
Yes, I had longer hair at the time, and he just grabbed my hair and yanked it. And
Oh.
I did the same thing. I cocked, and Mr. E was like, "Hey."
Mr. E's watching you.
I
Like a
I
hawk,
swear,
bro.
he's like, "I know this guy fucking hates this kid. I'm gonna watch him."
He's saving his life.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, another thing that's disrespectful in fighting, and this was my second point, is I didn't understand it as a kid, but you never really wanted to get pinned to the head and arm. And it's like, you're this way, and somebody's got their arms wrapped around you,
You kill 'em.
and their elbow is locked up. And I never really understood why that was. I understood how to do it and to do it to somebody at absolutely any opportunity. That's a good go-to, because that shit is not comfortable.
Yeah.
It hurts. There's words that I've learned for that since then. They call it pressure, when you're like really heavy on somebody to hurt them, to purposefully get them to stop fighting back or to lose, to win or whatever. They call that pressure. And the head and arm is their entire body pressure on your face, bro.
Yeah.
Right on your cheek, squeezing your shit in half. And I think those are the two most disrespectful fighting moves that I've ever been familiar with, and they are also my favorite two most used.
I think you've actually used that one on me, or close to it.
Absolutely, because it's too easy to not do. There's no way, like, people who don't know or understand how to fight, they don't understand that, like, a 1-on-1 situation, one arm in and one arm out, that's game over. Like, when somebody got you there, you're ficked. And if you have no arm in, like, that's against the rules, which why people don't do it. Like, so I keep saying, like, one arm in is good for you. That's within the rules, and it sucks to be in that position. But no arms in is illegal. But in a street fight, that's how you kill a dude.
Yeah.
That is how you kill
You
somebody.
just lock 'em up.
There's no difference between that and murder.
Yeah. One time I was wrestling Caleb's buddy Logan. You remember him?
Caleb is your older brother?
My brother, yes.
Eldest brother?
Oldest, yes. Do you remember his buddy Logan? Tall, slender
Yes.
man.
Slender.
He was real skinny.
Okay.
We were wrestling one time, and I had him in a headlock. Like, his head, his neck, bottom of his neck was in my forearm.
Under the chin?
And his head, yeah, under his chin.
That's game.
Like, here's his back. I could see, like, the bone.
You had him in a bulldog choke.
I I had his head, like, under my stomach, under his, like, I was cutting off everything. I could see the back, like, his spine, like, popping on his neck.
Yeah.
And I started cranking it like this.
That's called a bulldog choke. That's an absolute legit
I was
move.
Cranking it, and I like I said, I don't want to intentionally hurt someone, and so I started cranking it, and he wasn't tapping, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna let go of that."
Yeah, you kill him right there.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna rip his fucking head off.
Well, if you're doing it properly, you have the elbow on the larynx, so it's not they can breathe.
Yeah.
But it is a blood choke. So your bicep and your arm cut right here off. It's a hell of a lot of pressure, and you can rip on somebody with that like little effort at all.
Yeah.
And your own weight and their own weight is what like. Hold on, there was a fight recently. It was Conor McGregor. And I think it was Khabib. And Khabib has him in a bulldog.
Yeah, Khabib, that's how we, like...
Yeah.
He didn't...
That's
he
dead.
He barely threw any punches. He just wore him out like that.
That's what Khabib does. He's a wrestler.
Yeah, he just kept wrangling him down, dude.
You were talking about professional fighting tactics right there.
Yeah.
That could just kill somebody.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I had him like that, and then I had my legs, like, wrapped around his, like, lower body, or, like, his... like near his ass, you know. And yeah, so I'm
that's how you do it.
Cranking on that shit, and I'm like, I feel terrible.
That's how you do. You gotta have the intent to kill.
Yeah,
they say don't carry guns unless you're gonna shoot somebody with it. That's you, bro.
I do think I'd be fairly good.
Absolutely.
At fighting because I'm larger
and agile.
And that's the thing, agile because thank you. Because I feel like if someone got me down, I hate being touched. That's a big thing. That, and then if I'm trapped, my instincts are just like, get the fuck out of here. And so I would just yank it. Like, it could cause me self-harm, but I'm like, I'm getting out of this fucking, you know. Like,
you'd be good in the scramble.
Yeah.
I'm good in the scramble too because I'm pretty quick.
Yeah.
But when I joined jiu-jitsu, because of my wrestling experience, I know how to scramble.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's put his arm here. Let me do this instead. So, like, these dudes who are been doing it for a while, they have, like, blue belts, purple belts. Never got away with purple belt. That guy was fucking insane. But the blue belts, it just means you've been doing it for, like, a year or two. Long enough to understand the game. But coming from wrestling, I understood the game. The rules are a bit different. Yeah. But this guy, he looked like Johnny Sins, bro. Fully fit, bald guy. He was a blue belt too, but he would never really get me because we would scramble the whole time, which is exhausting. Yeah. But he's like, "Hey man, you're good in the scramble." I was like, "Thanks, buddy." And every time, because he knew better than me, he'd like bait me into doing something and then choke me to death. I was like, "Fuck! I hate this guy."
Yeah.
The scramble, dude. That's where the game's won.
Fighting mildly scares me, but
that's why you got to do it.
I feel like I could do it.
That's why you got to do it.
I was gonna say something and it like just escaped my
like our bike ride last week.
It escaped my brain
when I was trying to fight everybody.
Yeah, dude. Like, get in your fucking house, old man. I'm like,
he needed to get in his house.
I'm gonna drive away from the situation, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking fight this man.
Oh. We briefly touched on this, but I'm gonna bring it back to it because I'm saying it myself. Talking about saying like. You want to talk about an epidemic? Forget COVID. I'm talking Valley Girl slang. Why do people say like for everything all the time?
It's a good filler. It's a quick filler.
Is it necessary?
I do. I say a lot. I used to say like in middle school, and my parents and like my brothers was like, you say fucking like a lot, and they even one time like did a counter.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So now I do a lot.
There was a movie that came out, which I'm sure is called Valley Girls, that is where this term came from, saying like for everything. And like, because the California girls say that.
Bitches.
I think I'm confident in saying that people think really quickly and they cannot keep up with their ideas. Their mouth cannot possibly do it. And so they like and like and like. And I have the inability to talk to people in that respect because when they say like and yeah, I can no longer focus on what they're saying. It could be the most exciting topic in history. It could be somebody telling me about my own future. And if they say like and I'm stuck. I'm not listening to them anymore. I'm just looking at their face. I watch their mouth.
Yeah.
And I wait for it and I recognize that pattern and then they're talking the whole time and I'm not listening.
I hate that shit when if it's like I said, how it's a quick, just middle filler.
Yeah.
We don't really process it. But yeah, when people are talking and then they pause for a second, like, and, like that.
Yeah.
when there's a pause, and then they instead of just being like, pause. Yeah,
but they
so
need
what
to
I was
keep,
saying.
They need
Yeah,
to
so
keep
they
talking.
so they have to keep their shit going.
I feel that. I've debated that with my own self for a long time, and I'm sure you could go back on this video and call me a hypocrite because I've said like before, but that's largely
I've said it
because
15 times.
that's just because we're excited about what we're saying and there's no real repercussion. But in serious situations or in any situation really, especially at work, I've stopped people from talking, and my wife hates it because sometimes I'll do it to her. I'll be like, "Hey, stop! Hold up," and then they'll be like, "What?" I just said it. And I say, "Stop what you're doing. Don't talk for a second. Think about what you're excited about. Think about what you want to say, and then give me that because I'm happy to hear it, but I can't hear it over the like end of."
Yeah, and then I stop listening. Like I forget the conversation because I just start hearing the likes and then I start counting them.
Right.
So you could have said 5 minutes worth of shit. I won't.
37 likes.
I won't be. Yeah, exactly. I won't be able to tell you, or I'll be like, yeah, I totally understand. I'll be like, you said 37 times. I said what 37 times? Like. There's a lot of fillers in there.
They say, "Didn't you hear I was robbing a bank vault?"
Nope, didn't hear that.
38 likes.
What? Robbing a bank vault?
Yeah. That bothers me. I really struggle with that, and I want to help people learn. I want them to learn on their own time. I want them to want to learn, to not like and dumb, because like and dumbing is annoying.
You just have to yell every time they do.
Ah!
Like, ah!
That's a good one. I like that.
Like!
I like that a lot. Well, saying like when you're comparing something that are alike, that's fine. But when you're like saying like does Phil shit. Just stop right there. Think about it. Now tell me what you're thinking right now.
And then just go, what? I'm. That's how I feel when you say that filler.
Oh God!
I'm fucking screaming.
I want to hit somebody.
Yeah.
What else did I have?
Speaking of our bike ride, dude.
Start from the beginning. Tell them about the bike ride.
I was going to talk about the bike ride.
Oh.
It got me really excited for riding a bike again, which is why I've been like, I'm going to fucking... Like... I'm sorry. It was an add-on to my sentence. But I would say...
I'm dealing with cameras here.
I'm gonna do X and Y to my bike and fucking buy all these things.
How's that going?
I'm doing it tomorrow.
That's right. It's happening this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But I gotta burp. I'm stoked about it, and it's got me really excited because I'm like, I'm gonna start fucking learning tricks again.
Oh no!
Start doing things, and actually get into it. I was telling my mom about it and what I want to do. I told her this. I was like, this is the bike I want, but I'm gonna fuck with my bike for now because it's not $400. And
that's a really good practice.
Yeah, and I was like, it reminded me of when in middle school I was hanging out with Brandon at the time. We go to skate park and this and that and this, and she goes, "What?" She's totally shitting on like how excited I was.
She was shitting on you.
Yeah, she's like, so remember when was this? And I was like, middle school. And she goes, so like 6th grade. And I was like, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. About 3 years.
The term of middle school.
Yeah. And she goes, that's exactly right. That was 10 years ago, and you were about half your size you are now. She's like, don't you think it might be a little hard to do those things now? And I was like, that's exactly what I'm going to start riding again, so I learn, and I can lose the fucking weight that I gained from not riding and not just being sedentary,
Listen here, Abby Meyer, all right? Clayton's excited about this, and it's going to be great for him. It's going to be great for him.
There's shit up my dreams.
It's a terrible practice. You've been a great mom, but that was the wrong move. Wrong play. Come at me.
Shout out Abby Meyer.
Shout out Abby Meyer! This one was not a pretty shout out.
Yeah, that was pretty aggressive.
I like that you were excited about BMXing. You and I, we never have, I'm going to say had the balls at the detriment. That's pretty harsh towards us, but we never had the balls to really send it in the skate park. I'm afraid of getting hurt.
I went pretty balls hard, balls deep in like 7th grade. I would air out of the pocket in the bowl, and I'd fuck around and drop in.
Sure.
Do some shit. When it came to like flips and spins, that's when like I would get some air. I would, I'd do the fucking either like a tail whip or, fuck with the handlebars. Yeah.
It's a good right for fuck with the handlebars.
when it came to like grinding or doing a flip.
More intricate
or
stuff.
doing a spin. Yeah. Stuff where I could get critically injured. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pause on that.
There's no real definitive line between the professional level and the amateur level. So the more professional moves like the bulldog choke in fighting, something that's definitely when baseball players hit home runs, that's a professional move. You got to practice for that. Or when basketball players do the free throw line dunk, they've practiced that. That makes them a professional. There's no real thing for that in biking. And so I find that whenever we're on bikes or whenever I'm on a bike, I find that there's people who are vastly superior to me. They're way better at what they're doing. And I just want to be the little riding my bike guy, but I feel pressured to do the professional moves. And like, if you don't do those professional moves, I said, like, you're not really cool. You ever feel that way?
Sort of.
That pressure to perform?
Especially hanging out with the people I hung out with, like Brandon.
They were really good.
He would do a backflip coming out of the 6 foot, just coming out of the lip. His head would be about 2 inches off the ground. He'd, whoop, and then just keep on riding.
He's good at biking.
Yeah. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? But yeah, like I want to learn to do cool shit like that.
Hype up the audio on him.
Fuck! Lord. But no, I totally want to be able to do cool shit like that.
I agree.
And not be a bitch.
It would be fun. I feel cautious. I recognize the risk-reward ratio to skateboard tricks and bike tricks, and I'm not interested in it right now.
Yeah.
Because if you fuck up, you're paralyzed.
Well,
there's a high likelihood.
If you should go watch this later. It's Red Bull did this thing called Ratatouille. No, the Ratitudes, and it follows like a bunch of BMX guys and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two I really enjoy, and I'm like, I could do those things, not to the extent that they do them. I'm like, those aren't terribly. They're hard, but I feel like I could learn those things. There's one. It's called the Incredible Stoke, and then, or not, yeah, and then the other one, it's like Unstoppable or something like that. And they're at like this or Be Legendary. But then
these are places or tricks?
They're like the name of these videos, and like one of them follows this one kid, one of them follows another kid.
Sure.
And it's like Drew Bazanson and some other kid, but it's pretty intense. And then and I was like, those aren't terribly hard. Like I could learn those things. And then last night I was watching BMX Vert and like long ramp shit or like big ramp shit.
Yep.
Last night, and these guys are coming down this 50-foot steep ramp onto another ramp. They're doing like 360. They're like backflips and shit. They're doing where you flip your bike in the air, catch it, and land on it, landing, and then going up another 50-foot ramp, doing some crazy shit, coming back down.
Freestyle.
I'm like, I cannot do that. That's
terrifying.
Fucking sick though.
That sounds like Nitro
you guys are
Circus.
Acrobats on bicycles.
It sounds not dissimilar to Nitro Circus, but like competitive.
Yeah, that'd be cool as fuck. But I'll probably never get to that level.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I play video games instead because you can do it when it's raining, and if you mess up, you break nothing. You don't break any limbs.
Yeah.
You don't lose your butt. I like BMX though. Like I have a cool bike, but I just don't want to be pressured to perform at a professional level as a guy who's never practiced.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, kids at the skate park.
Yeah, I just want to be able to ride down the street and do cool shit. Like do a bunny hop to a 180, so I'm riding backwards, and then pop back up and just keep riding. Cool shit like that.
You can definitely do that. You can do that. I've practiced that. You can do that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you cannot with a cool bike, and I'm not bragging on my bike. My bike's pretty cool. But if you have a cool bike and you go to any skate park, there will be kids or people there, and they will say, "Drop in the bull."
Yeah, hit that shit, dude. And you're like,
"Oh my god,
I can't
send it, bro."
Yeah,
I just want to ride my bike. I just rode by. I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
Skate park social ethics.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll succumb to the pressure and be like, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh no!
I'm jumping in, and like I can,
You
so I'm like,
scream on the way down.
so like I'll do it, and then I'm like, I can't get on this bull because my bike weighs 40 pounds and I weigh 300.
Is there anything more embarrassing as a kid at the skate park than when you have to like hoist your bike up over the
I
fucking
always thought it
bowl
was fun as fuck.
and then crawl out ass and everything?
No, I would just make a scene of it. I'm like fuck running out of the 6 foot. I'm gonna run up the 12-foot wall, try to grab it, yank it, can't get it, slide back down.
Oh no!
I'd hold up like 4 guys wanting to drop in. I'm like, no man, I'm gonna get out of here. Don't you worry.
You try to take the focus off that you couldn't do.
That shit. That was always fun.
That's hilarious, dude. It sounds. Oh. Jesus.
I remember my first time, like the day after the skate park first opened, and there was 800 people there like every day.
Yeah.
I remember my bike at the time was this brown mongoose that I got for Christmas, it was gray and orange mongoose, and I'd put a cage, like a carrier on the front of it.
Keep talking.
And I thought it was the coolest thing. And the skate park opened, and I was riding with Brandon, and we was like, dude, let's go to the fucking skate park. Let's hit it. On a mongoose. And I had my mongoose with the cage on the front. Oh, no. And so I'm riding around. I had no business being in the skate park. I'd never done shit like that before. And I was riding down. I was like, I'll fucking take the waterfall. I'll hit that shit. And I was going across, and some other kid flew over the pyramid and was hitting that corner piece, the pocket. And I rode down my bike, and he came across at the same time, and we just boom!
Oh no, basket boy crashed.
I fucking caught him in my basket, and then we just both fell. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I was like, nah, my bad. I was like, bro, I'm the guy with the fucking cage on a mongoose. This is definitely my bad.
He was polite.
Yeah, he was a cool dude, too. I was watching him, like, hit shit, and, like, he was hitting the pocket, and I'm like, the skate park just opened. How do you know how to do all this stuff?
Dude, they were coming from Eugene. I'm not. Yeah. This isn't my slander campaign on skate parks. I've had a lot of fun experiences at the skate park. There's people who are, they'll be children or they'll be like disabled people. It's like stuff that people that could use the extra attention, and people will stop their mid pocket blast in order to let them go, and then they'll like cheer them on and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of that experience too. I've been a part of that. But god damn it, just let me ride my cool bike and don't ask me to go in the bowl. Yeah. Please! I will fall!
My worst story from the skate park was we were doing... I have no business being there. And I was better at this time when I did... This is like a year ahead of that story.
Is this still the brown mongoose?
No. This is...
Explain to me...
This is an Eastern bicycle. Brandon gave me this bike.
Explain to me why the mongoose is a bad choice.
Because, well, one, mongoose is a dirt track racing bike.
Okay.
So they're traditionally larger and heavier.
With their nicer, more expensive ones?
Yes.
And their cheap ones are...
Walmart.
Made of cast iron, right? They're really heavy.
They're heavy as fuck. So you can't catch any air. You can't do shit.
And you kill people when you run into them with a basket.
With a basket. You catch them in the basket.
Jesus.
But we were doing follow the leader. I had no business because all these other guys were doing 360s off the... when you go down, like, past the stairs, and then you go up the other side onto that little skinny rail, and then you go whoop.
They call that the spine. Yeah.
They would hit the spine. They would all do, like, 360s, and then come down the other side, and then drop down into the waterfall and shit. I was, like, the third guy in line, 2 guys behind me.
Oh, no.
I'm flying down the fence, and my handlebar catches the fence, and I just... And I smack my fucking head on that incline, dude.
Ouch.
And the 3 guys behind me just went around me and up the spine. I'm like, I'm fucking dying.
They don't even care?
I'm like, I just smacked my fucking dome. Not wearing a helmet. I hate wearing helmets, dude. Yeah, that one was...
That was what the cool kids did. No helmet.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't wear helmets. 1, because I can't find any that fit my head. And 2, this looked dumb.
Yeah, dude.
I'll fuck with like a what are those? The big ones where it's like a full head helmet.
The motorcycle helmet?
Yeah, I'll fuck with
face
those.
mask?
The motocross helmets. I'll fuck with those, but...
Everybody's cool with no helmet until their melon's on the fucking concrete. That's the real issue.
I've been there a couple times.
Melon on the crate. Dang, dude.
It's a lot of fun.
I think we should get back into fighting sports. We should get back into it. We should definitely get into fighting sports. Why aren't we currently? It's a little expensive, But
and the gyms aren't fucking open.
Absolutely, in the future, I'm gonna pursue that. It's gonna be what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Not striking, because striking's gay. Also, I take back what I said about boxing last week. My God, I was watching some old boxing. Oh, dude's fucking people up. The gloves aren't part of the game. The gloves are to prevent murder. I didn't realize that. There's a dude who's got open hands slapping a guy, and he could kill somebody.
Yeah,
like his open hand slap made the dude's face ripple.
Yeah,
so I redact my shitting on boxing.
My oh shit moment earlier where I forgot what I was gonna say. I remembered it. I feel like if I was saying how I could rumble out of a situation because like someone was holding me down. I feel like in that situation I would also do a lot of illegal shit to get out of that situation. like Tim Kennedy, he has this thing called sheepdog response, and I was watching one of their videos or like the trailer for him explaining what it is and what he does in his life.
Who's Tim Kennedy?
He's a former Navy SEAL. Actually, I think he's active duty again now, and a former UFC fighter. He's
a bouncing baby badass.
Overall badass, yes. And he like trains guys jiu-jitsu and shit at Sheepdog Response, which is like his tactical training company.
Okay.
And there's dudes. He's like I think he's a black belt. He's like a savage dude. And he's holding these guys down and he's just like slamming their heads on the ground. He's like don't slip there. He's like telling them how to get out of what he's doing. And he's like, I can see her all day. I can fucking claw your eyes out. You can be blind right now, because he's like training them to fight terrorists or or like police officers and shit.
Wait, you want to fight
police
officers?
He's training police officers to fight criminals.
Okay.
And he's the guy on the ground. He's like, nope, that's not gonna work. Like slamming his head on the ground. And I was like, if that was me in that situation, it would get to a point where I would just I'd cause myself harm by just fucking headbutting this guy in the nose with the back of my head, to where he goes, ugh, and then I'd be able to roll him out of it and just fucking go to town.
It all depends on the situation. You just got to throw yourself into it, because you'll learn how to do that. That's all discipline.
Yeah.
That not freaking out. They do that a lot in if you see any jiu-jitsu memes, they all talk about spazzing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're talking about. People who are new to it will get in there, and somebody will get the choke on them, and they'll fucking they'll freak out, and they'll hurt themselves, and they'll hurt each other.
I've heard a lot of that where they usually pair like a new person into jiu-jitsu with like a black belt
who's really good.
So when the person starts to spaz or
they'll take it easy.
Yeah, they'll be like, okay, like and they'll stop and like, here's what you should do to get out of that situation. Whereas you put a brand new guy against a brand new guy, someone's getting fucking hurt. You know?
Yeah, they say that blue belts are always like competition hungry.
Yeah,
like they're ready to fuck up anyone's day because they're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
They want to learn. Purple belts, you get both. They're super hungry and they know what they're doing, but they also understand how not to kill a guy and how to train somebody. Brown belts is like the next step up. I said like again. They're doing their own thing. They've been there long enough to know how to do it, and they're just trying to get their black belts, and white belts don't know anything. Until then there's the other side of the coin, which is people who come from other combat sports, wrestlers. They'll be against somebody, and they say that when the white belt does a perfect blast double and you just go through a fucking wall, that's where people are at. That's what fucking I love that.
My problem with wanting to get into like jiu-jitsu or just boxing or whatever is I don't enjoy people watching me do shit for the first time.
You said this last time or something along these lines.
I think we said it outside of the podcast.
Oh, is that the case?
But yeah, when people are watching me do shit, I'm like, can you just fucking get back up for like a minute?
When you're learning something.
Yeah, just let me figure it out, get it right, so then you come watch me when I've done it right. When I do it wrong, I'm like, I fucking know, and I just start like tensing up. I go, I know I did wrong, and I just keep doing it wrong because I'm so like stressed about it.
You're stuck in your own head.
Yeah.
I think you'd find that a little mental discipline would take that issue away. Yeah. And you'd get that mental discipline from putting yourself in that situation. Yeah. Open yourself up to that idea.
Yeah. I really want to do boxing because
no lower body.
No, I would love to kick someone. Fucking knee someone in the face. I'd love to Masvidal someone, bro.
Oh my God.
But no, I feel like I could cause more damage without causing more damage.
You sound like you're at war with yourself. You say you want to kill somebody, but then you say, I'm not sure I'd want to kill him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I could physically hurt someone.
You could.
Very bad, which is why I put boxing, because the gloves are a little thicker. I'm not using my lower body, and I can just like, I hit him, and it's
There's
not,
rules.
It's not as big of a impact as the tiny glove, and full body followed by a kick. You know.
You keep talking about you killing somebody. Not everybody's gonna be as new as you are to it. What happens when you get in there with somebody who's going to fuck your day up? What happens then?
I'm saying anyone. Like I go from a regular dude to like a Chuck Liddell.
You think you could kill Chuck Liddell?
Like a McGregor. Like, I feel like if I had, not right now, right off the couch, no experience, I could go fuck this guy up. No, not. But if I had, say, give me 6 months of just training, I think I could easily get in there and just.
I'm talking about right now. What happens when you go up? You're talking about yourself right now, no training, no nothing, off the couch, that you don't want to hurt somebody. I'm saying on the other side of the coin right now. What happens when you get in there with somebody who doesn't give a fuck about hurting you? Then what?
Well, that's the thing. That's when the trigger goes off, and I'm like,
then you start murdering. You break the rules.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt someone when I know they're not capable of physically hurting me. Or like, say you and I were wrestling, I don't think you could physically hurt me that bad.
Oh, baby.
I know you could fuck me up, but I don't think you could hurt me that bad, and you're my friend, so I wouldn't want to physically hurt you.
Right.
But if you fucking laid an elbow on my head, I'm like, it's fucking game on. The rules are off now, dude.
That sounds like a brotherly relationship. My brother and I would do that all the time too, and you and I would do that all the time too. We'd fight for a while, and then occasionally something should happen, and then we'd really fucking fight.
Yeah.
I think that all goes away. That all goes away with strangers. Like, you maybe as a human, you understand what you got to do to win, and you'll do that.
Yeah, but like in football, I never wanted to physically hurt another kid, especially because running backs were always like 180.
You telling me you never laid somebody out in football?
But when they'd piss me off or say some shit like, "That's right, motherfucker, I ran you over." Next play, pick him up, fucking slam him on the ground. So or the quarterback would be saying some shit. I remember one time I was at the bottom of the pile. I had his foot. I just started rolling.
Oh no!
The opposite way of he was rolling, and he felt that shit.
I'm gonna take this with me.
Yeah. He felt that shit. I heard like a pop, and I was like, okay, I'm let go. And he gets up, he's like, fucking, someone landed on my leg. I'm like, I popped that shit, bro. That was me.
So I want to get you into it more, and I want to be the guy that slaps you in the face right before you go in. I want to flip the switch for you, so you don't have a choice. I'll be like, hey man, if you don't win, I'm fucking keying your shit. I'm keying your car.
Yeah.
Bow! And then you're like, and then they close the cage, and then you have nobody to hit but the other guy.
Yeah, for me, it's all the hype and when shit like when I first time I tried that 425 deadlift, and I was like, and then Sam goes, get it, motherfucker, and I was like, yeah, shit like that when someone's just like, you can't do that, or like, get that shit. I'm like, oh, okay,
I can do it.
Absolutely.
I want that. I want to be in control of that. I want to flip this switch myself.
I'm excited.
No, I mean, like, what do you think about that? Do you want to do that for yourself, or do you want to be the responding to situations type of guy? Or do you want to be the take control of situations type of guy? There's benefits to both. I'm not saying there's a negative. I'm just asking.
A little bit of both. The middle ground.
That's probably all right. We're running off topic here. I don't know what else to go with. Oh. Whoa. So part of my Twitter propaganda, part of my Twitter eureka moments is I was posting a video or a post to the Instagram. Follow the Instagram. I was posting to Dos Bromigos Instagram. And in the posting situation, I had time to push done. And then I remembered I needed to go edit this on this same exact post. And the time it take me to push done loads up the home screen on my iPhone 7. I then clicked my profile screen and then clicked on the post again. It had 3 likes. We're talking that many. It had 3 likes, right? Which is great. It's good to be publicity and everything. But more importantly, what if I had malice in my heart? What if that wasn't like what I put on there was senseless self-promotion? I'm doing this thing here. Check it out. But there's I could be bullying somebody. I could be tearing somebody down. If I had actual malice in my heart with that, that's the same amount of power going forward. Like, anybody in the public can see what I want, and if I wanted bad things for somebody, you have a lot of power to do that.
Yeah, and
that's absurd.
That's what happens to celebrities all the time when they send out some shit, especially if you have the notification on that person. It's like they post it, ding, pops up on my phone. Oh shit! I go like it, and that person goes, I really shouldn't have posted that. 13,000 likes.
Complete strangers from all around the world. People already shitting on you.
And in that time, someone could go, that's fucked up, screenshot. And then when they delete it and they're like, oh, nothing of it, someone posts that screenshot with you tagged in it and goes, this motherfucker said this thing. Happens all the time.
Even with my lonely 3 strangers who liked my little post there, I feel I better understand the people who make mistakes on the internet.
Yeah.
Like when people say things on the internet that they regret and they redact it and then it gets blown out of proportion. This person did this. Yeah. Then you're sitting there like, why would you even do that? That's stupid. Yeah. And now I understand. Well, some shit can happen on accident.
I'm not a fan of social media and the internet. That's why I don't post much, because everything's based off of, it's like, how are you feeling at the moment you read that post? Or what did you just do? Or what's your take on the topic? There's so many things that could play into how someone reacts to it, and that shit, you could just be like, oh, just got done working out at the gym, fucking destroyed that shit, and someone like, oh, you're destroying shit, but like, what? and then people start commenting, and then it gets going from I went to the gym to like, this piece of shit motherfucker beating people. So you're like, what? Where did this come from?
Listen here, cocksucker.
Yeah, listen here, cocksucker. Dude, I love Joey Diaz. I was listening to his podcast with Joe Rogan recently, and I can't stand it when I have my headphones in, because no matter how loud I put it, it's like he senses that I have it louder, because he's like, all right, cocksucker. So the thing is, motherfucker, he goes from talking so loud to like, when I was fucking this chick in the back of this room, we were at the club, cocksucker. And listen here, Joe Rogan. Like, he gets so quiet, and I'm like, I can't understand what he's saying.
That's his character.
Drives me nuts, but it's so fucking funny.
We were talking about
his laugh,
Twitter for just a second. I couldn't remember. I had something to say, but I forgot it.
Malice.
It was riffing off what you were saying, but oh well. I mean, oh yeah, it was the wild. I was saying, have you ever seen the movie Tombstone? Sam Elliott, that other guy.
I know of it.
Wild West film.
Yeah, I've never seen it though.
And I was talking to somebody, and I said, "Could you imagine living back then? There's repercussions for what you and I do now. If I wanted to,
you could kill someone for no reason."
That's what I'm getting to. If I wanted some McDonald's, I walk over to McDonald's, I give them money, they give me food. But back in the day, people at McDonald's was making food, and I want McDonald's, and I don't want to pay for it, I kill them, take their McDonald's, nothing, no repercussion.
Yeah, or you just take it and leave, and they're like, okay. Because
exactly.
they couldn't just call the police and be like, this motherfucker robbed, we have it on camera, and they'd be like, never seen that guy again.
You ever heard of give me the deed to your ranch?
Yeah.
That's the Wild West. Straight up, you take it, and it's yours. This mine now.
Yeah.
And you have to fight me. You have to fight me to get it back. You have to be bigger and stronger, or one of the two, smarter, to get that back. That's what Twitter is, bro. You just, I'll take this now. This is mine.
Yeah.
That's Twitter. There's no rules. It's lawless. You just do whatever you want. So, and the repercussions are mostly mild.
Yeah. Twitter's so nuts because you could say one terrible thing. Like, you could have nothing but great. You could have, like I was saying, I could have nothing but numbers and letters for 2 years.
Every hour.
Yeah, every hour on the hour. And then I could like someone, or I could comment on someone's post, be like, it's really fucked up what you did. Or, something basic, and someone else could find it offensive. They could report me. Twitter could be like, whoa. Like this one guy. He, I forget who he was. But this transgender person commented on their, and he didn't know they were transgender, and so he was a man becoming a woman or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, they. I
don't even think that's right. You can't say that either.
Shim.
This person.
Yeah, and they commented on his post, and all he replied was, "All right, dude." He said the word "dude,"
sure.
Not bro, man, bitch. Like describe like dude. I call women dude all the time.
It's a familiarity.
He said, "Dude, Twitter banned this guy for life."
what?
Yeah, he's like a famous person too. They banned him because they were like, that was very insensitive to this person's like what they're going through in life. It's like, calm the fuck on.
We're getting right up into culture issues now, but sticking to the Twitter thing, I sure hope that's a isolated incident.
I'm sure it happens a lot, but it's more.
Probably more publicized because he was famous. Is that what you're getting?
Like if I was to do something like that and they banned me, people would be like, "So
this guy got 20 followers."
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree with what you said earlier about social media. Like you're not really into it. It's never really been your thing, and I agree totally. But with what we're doing now, it's the most powerful tool for our business. Yeah. So I've been getting into it. I've been forcing myself into it. It can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It can be a lot of fun, but also, holy shit, there's some wild stuff going on. Our current president. Do you follow him on Twitter?
I've seen some of his shit.
Dude, I love it.
He's like every hour on the hour.
It doesn't even matter. He'll stop what he's doing and he'll tweet it. I had no idea what was going on, but I opened up Twitter and it said, top post, it said Obama Gate in all capitals. That's one word. Have you ever had any previous president roll up to the stand, get the cameras rolling, address everybody, and all he says is one word and then pieces out? It's unheard of. Can you imagine JFK? My fellow Americans.
The hilarious thing is he's not like, it's not like he types it up and then goes, "Hey, publicist,
that's right,
read this, fix it," and then you post it. Like I think he had a tweet that was like, "Fuck these people," like him like shit, and people instead of, because we've never had a president who's done crazy shit like this. So instead of being like, "Oh, he can't do that," that's fucking, people were like, "Yes, that's awesome." Like, people weren't upset. They were like, finally, someone who resonates with us.
Yeah, it's crazy. You couldn't imagine one of these historical great leaders back in the day rolling up and saying one word and then bouncing.
Yeah.
But they do that. He does that on Twitter. It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely insane. And I don't know if he has a team that does it or not, but sometimes he says some stuff where he'll be like, "Oh, the numbers are looking very good on this. Congratulations to Governor so-and-so. Great stuff." And then it comes back, and he's a Republican. That's the only reason he's saying that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I love Trump because he's very prideful. He'll be like, like
this, I don't think what you're about to imitate sounds like him at all. I saw that. You were going to give him a deep voice. This guy is a nasally old man.
That's better.
What I was
going for.
That's better.
It was like right as coronavirus hit, and instead of being like, we're working on helping the country, it was all him and how like, our numbers have never been higher than they were before. Our social media statistics, they are incredible right now. Like shit like that. He's like, my approval rating is through the roof. It's like, and like, right, people are dying left and right, and he's just like, my Twitter numbers are so high right now. It's fucking so nuts, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's almost childish. It's hilarious. I don't know what to make of it myself. I'm not super into politics. But the most recently, he was dealing with some reporter who turned out to be Chinese. He says, "Ask China" to this Chinese lady. You see anything about that?
I saw one similar to where this gal was asking. She came up because they did the press conferences, and she goes, "I heard that one of the people on your staff is referring to this as the Kung Flu."
Yes.
And that was her one question, and he goes, "You had one question to ask me, and you asked if one of my members, you don't even know the name of this member, is calling you the Kung Flu. What a stupid question." Like, and then he's like, "Next person. That was stupid." And he's like shitting on this chick.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
I love that shit. And it's the same thing. This lady is in a mask, and she's asking what to do about coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. And what do you make of these numbers? And he says, "What do I make of these numbers? I say, ask China." And she whips her mask off, and she's Asian, and so she takes these
Ask her.
Yeah, she takes great offense to it. And she's like, I don't know, she's Asian American or whatever the hell, but her name is Chinese, I guess. And he says next question, and the lady behind her is like trying to play the game, and so she says, "Oh, well, I want to give my question to this lady," and the lady pops up and says, "Why did you say that to me?" Like he's supposed to see through her mask what she looks like, and if that even makes a difference. But he says, he replies with something like, I didn't say anything foul. I wasn't telling you anything specifically. I was telling everyone, ask China, and your question was terrible. And she's like, well, I want to give my question to her. And he says, well, you had your chance to ask your question, but you didn't speak, and so now I'm asking this lady. It's so childish.
Yeah, he's fucking funny.
It's hilarious.
It's gonna be hilarious when he's out of office and his popularity just skyrockets. Like Obama, like I couldn't tell you a single thing Obama's doing right now.
He's dealing with Obamagate.
But Trump's going to get out of office and it's like, oh, ex-President Trump now owns this business. We should like out doing these crazy things.
We should say it. We should say it now, 5/15/2020, May. The election's in November. I think he's going to get reelected. I think there's no joke.
Because he's going up against a fucking pedophile,
He's going up against the old man.
Yeah, Biden can't even say full sentences. Have you seen that clip where he's saying yeah you know what I'm talking about, where he's like and the creator like he's like stumbling through shit.
It'll be interesting to see how this gets taken across. We've become wholly right wing here at Dos Bromigos.
It's funny you said that. When people are like, oh, I'm Democrat, I'm liberal, I'm Republican, and those are probably several different things. Exactly.
Wait.
I do not like if you were like you're a Democrat or Republican, I'd be like, bro, I don't fucking know.
I think these days you have traditionally Republican values.
Sure.
As well as I do myself.
I don't believe in I guess I could pull from different sides, both sides.
Everybody does, naturally.
But I've never voted in my life because
Me neither.
I don't really care to. And of course, it's like, what's my one vote gonna do? But there's 320 million people in the United States, and when 200 million go, what's my one vote gonna do? That really leans.
Only a third of the people are voting.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so far in this past 5 minutes of this discussion, we have wholly weighed on the right wing.
Sure.
We'll see how that goes. I think for our exit strategy here this time, we need to talk about our whole overhaul of social media. I'll put all the links in the video here underneath it. It's pretty much the same names on every fucking social media account at KABBRTH3.
Yes, you got it right.
I remembered. I stopped at the first B, added the second B. Mine's at Golden Boy of some form, Golden Boy 541. On Twitter, there's a 0 instead of an O.
And then our Twitter is at Dos Bromigos.
Our Twitter is at Dos Bromigos. And our Instagram is Dos Bromigos. Just go on every fucking social media platform except Facebook, because
go like,
we don't like Facebook.
Subscribe to this channel.
Put the dings on.
Tell your friends.
Follow us.
Tell your
Sell
friends.
our shit.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
We got shit to buy coming up. Bitch.
We're gonna start wearing shirts that have our shit on it.
It's gonna be hot. I already have a sweater, the prototype. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring it, but I forgot it.
I know. I was gonna ask if you're gonna wear it, and I totally spaced it. We have stickers over there somewhere.
Stickers, dude.
But
lots of hot shit.
P-Hub stickers.
Find us on Instagram, on Twitter,
Twitter,
on
YouTube.
YouTube, right
watching.
here. If you're watching it, we're just talking over each other.
Tell your friends, like,
share,
subscribe,
favorite,
notify.
Put a playlist on.
You know what's fucked up, dude?
I thought we were getting done. What did you do?
Probably. So we only have 18 subscribers, and you and I are 2 of them.
19. I convinced Sam to subscribe last night.
You and I are 2 of them.
30 views.
You and I combined have more than 17 friends and family. What the fuck?
Shout out Abby Meyer.
I think she subscribed. I'm not sure.
If you're watching this shit and you ain't subscribed, push the red fucking button.
That's it. You don't have to get notifications.
You do.
You don't have to like.
You do have to do those things.
You just have to subscribe so we have more subscribers.
Do those things now. And share that shit.
Doom, doom.